Something you don't normally do in your Instant Pot pressure cooker, that is, unless it's a Duo Crisp and air fryer Instant Pot pressure cooker, and it's hamburgers. And tonight we're going to do my little special recipe, which I think if you try it, you'll agree with what I'm saying. It makes the best hamburger. It really doesn't matter how you're cooking it. It just makes a really good hamburger. I'm fixing to show you my steps and what I do to make quick and easy, excellent hamburgers. I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Let's cook some hamburgers in an Instant Pot pressure cooker. Okay, so first thing is, if you haven't heard of this or know what it is, it's a brand new device from Instant Pot that pressure cooks and air fries. That's the air frying lid. This is a pressure cooking lid. You just swap them out, and it's just like any of their other pressure cookers. It just air fries. Duo Crisp air fryer. It's kind of their answer to the Ninja Foodie, if you ask me. And we're going to do hamburgers tonight in it under just the air frying lid. We're not going to use a pressure. And then we're going to do my little hamburger, what I think makes the best hamburger that you'll ever make. And that's just my opinion. You make it, I think, like I said, I think you'll agree with me. And it's, I buy these chubs, I call them. I don't really know what the proper term is, but they're usually in a roll or a 10-pound package, and they're stapled on the end. Sometimes they have artwork on the front, and they're not clear, and you can't see the meat. But my local grocery store, Ingles, will cut them in half and let me buy just, a half or whatever I want. And my point is not overworking the meat. And I think a lot of people will tell you to make a good hamburger is one of the biggest things is not to overwork the meat. And like I said, I've got plenty of videos on this particular hamburger method, and I'm not going to go much further with it. I will show you what I'm going to do here. And then all I do once I cut them is put salt and pepper on them, and I don't work it in. It's on the outside only, and you could use any seasoning you want, but I use salt and pepper, and I usually go for about a 3/4 inch or so hamburger. So all I do is that, and then I come right here, and from there out it's common sense. And I'm only cooking 2 hamburgers, so that's all I'm cutting right there. There's my 2 hamburgers. And if you can see that grain, I'm going to show this right quick. When you cook that hamburger and you're eating it, no matter how you cook it, on a grill, in a pan, in a skillet, in this air fryer, that you'll be able to tell that texture when you're eating it, and so will your guest. Anyhow, I'm also going to be using the meter probes. We're going to put that in and just to kind of watch the temp. We're going to back it up with this right here, because I'm going to be looking for like, I'm not sure, 145, 150 before we pull them out of there. So I'm going to get those ready, get them salted up. The Black Rind Hoop Cheese, my favorite stuff on planet Earth for a lot of things, especially hamburgers. And it is hoop cheese. And I've got a video that I inserted into another video, on one of the other videos I'm talking about, that show you where in the store it's located, because it's not usually with the other cheeses. And I had a lot of people ask me where to find it. So I made a video of it in my store. And if you look back on my best hamburgers, I think it's titled Best Hamburgers in the World or something, that's how you can find it if you need it. Anyhow, I'm going to get these salted and peppered. When I come back, we're going to get this thing set up. We're going to use this and the air frying basket like that. And we're going to preheat this to 375. And we're going to cook those 2 hamburgers. I'll be right back. There are my hamburgers, and they are salt and peppered and ready to go. And then 2 things. One is I decided against using the meter probes. It's hard to get in there and then get them in an air frying basket. It's just tricky. The next thing is, if you can't find those rolls or those chubs I'm talking about, by all means, or maybe you just want to make your hamburger the way you normally make it, do that. So our step right now is to put the lid on. And let me say this. I sprayed the liner and the air frying basket and this trivet that I'm using in the high setting, by the way. I sprayed all that with avocado oil, and that's just to help me clean it up. And I know it helps, especially with this kind of stuff. The bottom of that liner will clean out a lot easier that way. So, put this right here on. All you have to do is line up these 2 tabs, press it down. We're going to go to air fry. We're going to go to 375. We're going to take it to, say, 20 minutes, and that should be about right, we're going to hit start. Once it preheats, it'll start counting down, and when it does, we're going to set the hamburgers in. So I'll be right back. Okay, there is the time come up. It's in other words, it's preheated, and quite honestly, probably could have just not. You could have not did that part. Just put them in here and let it preheat with them in here. I don't know why it really matters. I decided to preheat it, and I'll show you what they look like with them in there. And there they are, just common sense. It's laying on top of that rack. So all we got to do is set the lid back down, and it should automatically start back up. And it does. Now, always, like I said, make sure that's seated well. So in a little bit, we're gonna, since we're not using the meter probes, we still got the old faithful right here, which is what I would have been using most of the time anyhow, which is the thermopen. Something I think everybody needs, as I said. So when it gets to say around, I don't know, we'll look at it at 10 minutes and maybe check temps, but I got a feeling it won't be ready at 10, but we'll take a look at it at 10 if we need to. We'll check temps. Be back. Okay, so we are at the 10-minute mark, and we're going to take a quick look. I know they're not ready, so we're going to look right quick, and let me see if I can show you what they look like. And you can see the salt and all on them and some of the juices running out, but they're not ready. I'm not even going to temp them right now. We'll give them a few more minutes, and then we'll just either decide to flip them and temp them too. So I'll be back then. Okay, we're at the 5-minute or the 15-minute cook mark. So let's see what they look like. In fact, they're starting to look right. In fact, we may flip them right now. I don't think, in fact, I'm not going to take a temp, or we can right quick. Let's just see where they are, just for the fun of it. At 15 minutes, they are at, all right, that's out the other side. The lowest number I saw is 148, 149. Now I'm wanting about 155 at least. So, if I can find something to flip these with. I don't know what I did with that thing I had laying here. We're going to flip them over, see how they look on this side. And they look good, but we're going to let them go for another 5 minutes, at least that 5 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, and look at them again, because at some point we got to drop that cheese on there. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, we're at the 2-minute mark. For the heck of it, before I overcook them a little bit, let's just see what we got on temp, because they look good. They look fine right now. 155. That one's 155, 156. I noticed another one, there was a lot of reflection on here, and you couldn't hardly see what I was getting. This one right here's a little hot. Now there we go. I think I went out the other side. Yeah, about 165. So we're good on temp. What I'm going to do is put this cheese on right now, and then if I need to, I'm going to hit the broil feature, but I don't think I need to. But we're going to put it on, let it melt just a little bit these last 2 minutes, and we will have cheeseburgers. So I'll be back and when that's done. Okay, we are coming up on the end of this cook. Let's just see what we have. Oh, that's looking good. I can get my, that looks right. And honestly, there's really no need in temping them. We know we're already at the temp. So we're gonna let those sit just a minute, and I'll eat them in just a minute. I'm gonna give them about 5 minutes to rest though. I got a feeling that'd be hot right now. I'll be back in a minute. All right, there they are. I've got them dressed up and everything. And that's some cheese now. That's a cheeseburger. And I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to beat. And we're gonna cut one in half and see what it looks like on the inside. So we'll put that right there. Find me a knife. I think I can get one right here. And we're going to see what it looks like on the inside. So the end result was 20 minutes. And that is, well, to me, that's a perfectly cooked hamburger. I mean, there's a lot of people that like them different, but that's mine right there. I mean, I could have went a little lighter maybe, but that's pretty close to exactly what I want. And if you see the grain I'm talking about, that's from not overworking that meat. And I don't have to tell you what the cheese makes it excellent. You know, I'm fixing to put ketchup, and I'm going to put these pickles, and I forgot to get any lettuce, but I'm fixing to eat these hamburgers. Anyhow, y'all see what they look like? They look excellent. Got nothing bad to say about this device. It's been as good as any I've ever used, and I'm kind of speaking, of course, of the Ninja. They're the same device. I think it's going to come down to this right here, removable lid, or the Ninja with the lid that flips open. And I think they're going to be the two main products on the market. And I think at Christmas they may both be hard to get. I really think this one's already kind of getting hard to get. But anyhow, there you go. There's the Instant Pot's Duo Crisp Air Fryer Crisp Burger. Y'all have a good night. Come back to see me. I'll put my big head somewhere along in here for y'all to touch and subscribe. I love y'all all. Bye-bye.